Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. Oh, oh yeah. All right, so I'm gonna have to watch for the cars. They're coming up and down the road right here. I don't want to get smushed. Hey. But all I gotta do is get this edge done and we'll be good to go. So it might take me a minute. So this is the GCI Turf Edge Buddy. And yes, Endurant makes a edging out wheel like this. Yes, I did contact them. And the one thing I kind of got a little issue with the wheel that they have is very expensive. I don't know who they have make it or any of the details about it. But I contacted Robin, said, hey man, I can make that wheel cheaper so more people can get their hands on it and use it if they want to. He said, sure, go right ahead. So, I'm in no way, make sure my microphone's right, I'm in no way stepping on anyone's toes because I have gotten permission to make one of these. They are on the website now, gciturfacademy.com. They're not only good for painting, you know, if you're someone who paints turf in the wintertime, they're actually good for anybody that wants to keep chemical, you know, anything you spray out of your sprayer, you want to keep it off of like your driveway or your white fence or anything like that. You know, the Humic 12 and the Greene County products, you know, they're all humic based, and a whole lot of those, you know, can possibly stain. And I just got, over the past 4 years, I've got several emails of people kind of getting some overspray on their white vinyl fence or their picket fence or whatever the case may be. Of course, I didn't have a solution for that, other than tell them to wash it off. But now I have a solution for that with this wheel. Now you can edge out your property with this wheel and not get anything on anything. And yes, a big feature of it is I've already installed the quick connect for you. So if you have a flow zone or if you have a Strom sprayer, it will hook right up to your gun with zero issues. It will work with any backpack sprayer on the market. If you get one though, be aware that you're going to have to get the adapter to change out the quick connect to make it adapt to the handle on the spray gun of your particular sprayer. And that's not a big deal, it's just a simple fitting. Just, you know, it all depends on which sprayer you actually have and what fitting you need. Another big advantage of having a piece of equipment like this, especially for the homeowner, is, you know, most of your trouble is going to happen around the edges. And I like to really fine tune my application on the edges, maybe even get a little bit more product down as far as pre-emergent goes on the edge. And this wheel will allow you to do that on all your edging. And of course, then obviously, like I said earlier, you don't get any on your concrete, your asphalt, you know, any of those kind of things. So it'll kind of come in handy in several different ways. And obviously, you can paint with it. This will keep the paint off of your driveway, off of your edging, and things like that. And you know, because you obviously you just don't want the paint getting on everything. You know what? I think I'm gonna re-hit this edge right here. I didn't get over quite far enough, so I really want it to match right up beside the ryegrass here. I'm using the Flow Zone. I think this is a Typhoon I got on my back. I got it on pressure setting 3. You know, when if this is a piece of equipment you're interested in, you want to get one, I'll link it up in the description below. And obviously, whenever you buy a piece of equipment from me like that, you'll get a link to a video in the confirmation email, and I'll teach you how to put it together and calibrate it and all that kind of jazz. So I don't leave people hanging with that. I always like to teach you how to use the piece of equipment, because yes, if you're going to be spraying you know, lawn care chemicals out of this, you're going to calibrate it slightly different than you would, you know, just having the backpack sprayer by itself. So that's the edges done. Let me go in here and get a monsoon, and we'll come out and spray the middle part and do some more chatting about, you know, what's going on with all this. This right here is the Flow Zone Monsoon. It's basically identical to the Typhoon, except it's 9 gallons and it's on a set of wheels, and it rolls. So you just got more volume, more capacity in the sprayer. I've got my regular old fan tip that's in the nozzle buddy, and then I've got the elbow extension. That way when I hold it, I'm painting straight down. Trying something new. Typically use the adjustable cone nozzle that actually comes with these sprayers. But I wanted to try it a little bit different this time with a fan tip, just to see if there's any difference, or if not. Let's see, pressure setting 3. Spider webs, I haven't used this in a while. Let's see here. Wow, I think I need to get a little bit closer. I think this is about a 15-foot hose maybe on this thing. Of course, the main reason I'm using it is I'm getting a little lazy as I get older. I don't want to lug that backpack sprayer around quite as much. But I'm going to go this way the whole way down, then I'm going to come back and go long ways and put a double coat on it. And I am running a half rate doing this. The rate's 8 ounces per gallon, and you basically paint it to color. But I got 4 ounces per gallon because I'm gonna go over it 2 different ways. It will be super easy for me to bring my Toro Multi-Pro boom sprayer out here, and I can knock this out in a matter of minutes. But I wanted to show you this way for a specific reason. The owner of Endurant, Robin, he and I were talking, and he and I share the same passion for small business. We love to see small business thrive. I know a lot of folks down south or even in the transition zone, wherever Bermuda grass is grown, you know, we all have the same problem with Bermuda. Turns brown in the winter. A lot of these companies are mow and blow, meaning they get paid during the growing season when they're actually mowing the turf. In the off season, and I don't know where you get your money. I reckon you save it up or something. So I've teamed up with Robin on this, and anywhere that you have Bermuda grass that's brown during the winter and you want to make some extra money, this would apply to you if you are interested. You know what? I think I'm going to take this off and try it without the elbow. I'm going to turn green now. So in the package, yeah, I think I might like that a little bit better. The wand isn't quite as heavy. So I'll link this package up in the description below, and basically it's everything you need to start a painting business if it's something you wanted to do. It'll be a sprayer and a 4-pack of the paint, 3 gallons of paint and 1 gallon of spray and stay, and basically that's like an adjuvant for the paint to make it stick and adhere, make it hold on longer. You're gonna get 2 to 3 months color out of this anyway, but that spray and stay absolutely maximizes that potential of it. Let's see. Let me dial that back down. And of course, it's going to be the edge buddy in there as well. Because if you're doing this professionally and you want to charge someone, the job needs to be as neat and as clean as possible. And it's extremely difficult to keep this stuff off of the edges, off driveways and stuff like that. So we're going to include the edge buddy in there as well. And of course, if you get the bundle or the package, it's discounted pretty good, as opposed to if you were to buy all of the stuff, a la carte by itself. Now, what in the world am I doing out here? Why are you painting the grass, Pete? Well, that's easy. Well, that's a simple answer. We maintain a lot of athletic fields in our area, and they're all Bermuda grass. And as part of Bermuda, it's naturally going to go dormant and turn brown during the winter. Well, one way you can hide that brown is you can overseed it with ryegrass, and that strip I have down the middle right there, that's exactly what that is. That's overseeded with perennial rye. Well, the issue I've had with that over the past several years is the ryegrass can wreak havoc on the Bermuda, and it will leave you with a lot of dead spots. The following spring, it can really do damage to your Bermuda turf. And what I'm getting at is this: I predominantly deal with public school system. Yeah, we do some private school ball fields that are financially able to do the extra work it takes in early summer, midsummer to get the Bermuda bouncing back. But the public schools, their budget's limited. It is what it is. They don't have a lot of money. So that's what led me to seek out the paint option and offer it to my customers. And lo and behold, we've got a ton of ball fields to paint this year. It's really, really taking off well here. And the purpose of painting it is so that when you get to the ball season and it's time for the kids to play ball, they don't have to play on brown turf. That's really all it is. It's a straight up visual thing for the the parents to look at green grass, for the kids to play on green grass. Yeah, it's painted. I don't think that's a secret. I mean, you're watching me paint it with your eyes. So, it's not like you're trying to hide anything or cover anything up. I am just trying to give the school, the players, the coach, the least expensive option to have a green ball field during the playing season. And that's exactly what this is doing. So how does the residential folks fit into this? Well, it's absolutely no different. If you live in an area where you have Bermuda grass or zoysia or centipede or any warm season turf that turns dormant in the winter or goes dormant in the winter, this would actually be a very good alternative for you to keep your grass green during the winter time. I read some of the comments and that's fake. Well, good observation. I'm glad you noticed that. It's paint. You're painting it. It's not real pigment color from the Bermuda that happens naturally during the summertime. That's not the point. Who cares if it's fake? The point of it is to give the athletic system or the school system a green ball field when their kids are playing ball without them having to spend a buttload of money the following year trying to get the Bermuda to wake back up and do right. As far as it goes with a residential, who cares? Because it's not your house. If the person that lives in the home and owns the home and makes the house payment, that's their property. They can do what the heck they want to do to it. And if they want a green Bermuda yard during the winter time, that's what they can get. You'll probably be surprised at how many different professional and college ball teams actually do this. And you're sitting there watching it on TV and you're thinking, oh, and golf is another big one. And you're like, man, how do they get that grass so green and it's so cold in the wintertime? Well, now you know. Chances are they paint it. But back to the small business thing, it really is a good source of income in the wintertime, especially for those companies that are more along the mow blow type deal and you don't really have the income coming in during the wintertime. This is an absolute wonderful option to do. Now obviously I can sell you the equipment, I can teach you how to use the equipment, I can motivate you and kind of try and pump you up and get you encouraged to do the work and make the money, but at the end of the day you have to go out yourself and drum up the business. That's not part of the deal. I have to do that myself here locally. Basically when I'm spraying this, I'm spraying it just like I would spray a herbicide, a fertilizer, or anything else. I'm making a pass, sliding over, and just a very, very small amount of overlap. Of course, calibration really isn't an issue here because I'm painting it to color. All right, that's the objective here. I'm not painting it an ounce per 1,000 or anything like that. I'm painting it based on the color that I want to achieve. Of course, I come out here and I mowed over the grass first. Of course, there's nothing horticulturally, positive or, would do anything positive for the grass by mowing. I simply wanted to clean the yard up. It had leaves and little sticks and twigs and stuff like that, and your paint's only going to be as good as your canvas that you're painting on. So that's why I mowed it with the bagger and kind of cleaned it up before doing this. But sure enough, this has really turned in to be a really good source of winter income for us. I don't know how many fields we're painting now, but we're up to the point where we have to buy the paint in 275-gallon totes because it's just cheaper for us to do it that way, to buy volume. So that's quite a few fields if you do the math. And something else I kind of did, if you go to the product page, again, the link to this little start your own business package will be in the description below. And if you go to that page and scroll down, I've kind of given you a general idea of how to charge the customer for this. Now, it's not super highly detailed or nothing like that, but it is plenty of information so that you can actually go out and price jobs doing this and make money doing it. And of course, again, that's the objective, is for lawn care companies, or heck, anybody can do this. You don't have to have a license to spray paint. So anybody can do it. That's one of the big time, benefits or bonuses of it, is you don't have to go get your pesticide license in order to do this. But you can look on the website there on that product page. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll see it. And that's just the generic form of how to price out this kind of work so that you can make some money doing it. This is the fairway color. This is the darkest green that they have. And like I said, 4 ounces per gallon. The normal rate is 8 ounces per gallon. But like I said, I'm gonna go over it 2 times. So I'll get my 8 ounces per gallon that way. This is really, really, really nice using the monsoon as opposed to the typhoon or cyclone, just because I haven't had to fill up. I mean, I've almost went over the entire thing one time and I haven't filled up yet, and I've still got a gallon in there, maybe a half a gallon. Now, one thing you will notice about this, you don't want to get carried away and go too awful slow and make it super, super dark. Over the course of the next day or so, it's actually going to naturally darken up. So it's actually going to get darker than what you're seeing here. So you definitely don't want to go overboard. Once this dries, give it a good 24 to 48 hours to dry really well. And it will not come off in the rain. And then also, if you're a coach, you're wanting to do this for your ball fields, it will not come off on the players' uniforms, which is a big deal too. All right, so I'm out of material. Let me run in here and fill back up. And I'm gonna probably go and just finish it up and then close the video out so it won't be such a long video, but I've done it this way. I got this much left, and then I'm gonna go over the whole thing again long ways, and we'll look at the finished product, see what that looks like. So you might already have the equipment to do this kind of work. I got the gallons, the individual gallons, and the quarts on the Academy website. All that stuff will be in the description below, but mainly this was for the business owner. Okay, this is for the small business, mow, blow kind of company that may struggle to get some winter income. This is a way that you can do it and make you some pretty decent money. Now, yeah, I know some of you might not like it quite this dark, and I get it, I understand, that's completely fine. To each his own. I like it as bold and as bright and as look at me as I can. So that's why I went with the fairway mix. That, like I said, that's the darkest one they got. Of course, they got 2 other shades of green where it can be a little bit lighter. And actually, one of the shades, once you paint it, I think the lightest shade is going to actually look more like this ryegrass. This ryegrass is nowhere remotely close to as dark green as it should be or will be. The reason that is, I planted it so late and it got cold, took so long for it to come in, I didn't have any time to darken it up with actual fertilization and that kind of thing. The ryegrass at my house, which is the exact same seed as this, is 4 shades darker green right now. And again, the only reason for that is it was all timing, when I could actually get this rye in the ground as opposed to when I planted it at my house. I've just had a longer time to get some nutrients in it to enhance the color of it. But this spring, this ryegrass right here will be super dark green. It won't get quite that dark, but it will get pretty dang close. I like it. I really do. It's done a lot of good for us from a business standpoint. Not only being able to offer the schools an alternative to rye overseeding, but a way to generate income during the winter time when typically you wouldn't be making any. So that's about all I got today. Again, I'll try to itemize this in the description below as to what's what, or you can go to gciturfacademy.com, check it out if you want to. We'll start painting the actual ball fields in end of January, in preparation for February. The schools around here start playing ball in February, so I know you guys up north don't start nowhere near that early. And down south, you probably play year round. But for us, we start in February, so I paint in January to get the fields ready for that. And we'll do some videos of the actual painting the turf when we get to that point. But that's all I got. That's what it looks like. And as always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.